Okay, the one thing you need to remember when you solve inequalities, the alligator sign, is that whenever you multiply or divide by a negative, you need to flip the sign, okay? Which we'll see a couple times today. So treat it the same thing as an equation, obviously. You should have negative 2x is less than negative 12. And then you divide by negative 2. What happens when I divide by negative 2? Switch the sign. So here, that's what causes it, okay, what I've highlighted for you. So your answer is x greater than 6. We are going to go ahead and take a second and graph this on a little number line, because today we're talking about graphing and interval notation. So you're going to make yourself a little number line. You're going to boop 6 right there. Should it be an open or a closed circle? Open. It is only closed if it has or equal. So open circle, and x is greater to the right. Okay, we are also talking today about interval notation, which you may have done before with mainly domain and range. We're going to use it for a number line as well. Okay, at 6, it's an open circle. Open circles get, I actually have it up here from Algebra 2, so that's convenient. Open circles get parentheses, closed circles gets brackets. Infinity always gets parentheses because you can't plot a point at infinity. We go left to right, so on the left side of this, on the red, it's 6. It's an open circle, okay? On the right side, it's headed towards what? Infinity and beyond, okay? Which gets parentheses because you can't plot a point at infinity. I'll do it on the board, obviously. When you're doing inequalities, I would encourage you, when you can, move your variables from right to left. Like try and get the variable to end up on the left. It's easier to graph that way. But it doesn't actually matter. I missed one. Hold on. What is that? Okay, you again divide by a negative, and that causes your sign to flip, so it should be x less than or equal to negative 5/6. Fractions are your friend. Don't give this to me as a decimal. That's our answer. Let's go ahead and graph it. Please remember, when you have a positive out in front like this, it acts like addition, so you do have to subtract the 3. Okay. Hello. Number line. We're putting negative 5/6 in the middle. I don't really care about the number surrounding it. Unless you want to be an overachiever and do that for me, I'm fine. This is an example of an and inequality. So and inequalities is when it's all together. We're going to solve them all together in like one big thing. And so you're going to see me draw lines down both inequality signs. What you do to the middle, you have to do to the left and the right. So we're solving from the middle out. Trying to get x by itself, what do I do first? 8, yep. Make sure you do it to all 3 sections. So now 6x is less than or equal to 12, greater than or equal to 9. X is still not alone, so no, you're not done. You divide by 6. Do everything. So we know that becomes 2. 9 over 6, those can both divide by 3. You can also use your calculator to simplify fractions if that is not your strong suit. There's 3 halves. I do not want your decimal. So if you know that you are not great with fractions, then please learn how to use your calculator to convert and simplify fractions for you, because all calculators will do that, especially Casios. Those are the best. But TIs will do it too. Remember with that math frac button. When we go to graph this and inequality, because this is one thing, it's saying x is in between 3 halves and 2. So I go and make my little number line. I say, okay, 3 halves, 2. They're both going to be closed circles. but it's saying that x is in between those, and so you make like a barbell, okay? It's connected. So our interval notation, it's closed circles at both. 3/2, comma 2. You should have brackets at both. There is no infinity because notice it's not going towards infinity either direction.